So we're going to have fun together, 2-hour session today. So I really, really value your time. So this is my promise to you, okay? My promise is to give the best, to support you and to help you, particularly in your business. So who are excited about our session today? Show me some hands. Show me some love. Woohoo! All right. So I have strong feeling majority of you guys know me quite well. Some of you guys are still getting to know me. Hey, hi Eunice. Oh my God, Eunice, all the way from Malaysia. Yeah, so who am I? Very short introduction about myself. So my name is Dr. Raja Yasmin. I'm the founder of the EQBase Academy. So I have helped many business owners and also entrepreneurs to help them in marketing their products or services, particularly in this new digital era. So basically, I help all these, various type of sizes, small business owners, medium, large company also to support them, to help them, how to market their products or services, and also to help them to brand, their image. And it's just amazing how the technology is working nowadays. It can actually support, your business, even though you have very, very limited budget, we can still do this. So based on my experience, this is where I'm going to help you guys all. All right. So before that, okay. So whoever, I'm going to give you guys a special gift also. Who loves gifts? Who wants to have these special gifts from me? Yay! So whoever will stay with me until the end of the session at 3 o'clock, you're going to get a free ebook from me that is so special, because that book is so much relevant, especially if you're still in a small business. So that book will help you, not just about the whole idea about the business, but also you will have like within your thought process where you are right now and where you want to go. So that book will be very, very helpful. I know. So that's the reason when I wrote that book, it comes from my heart. It's because of based on my experience. Hello, everyone. Hello, Hasina. Hello, Patty. High five, high five, high five. Right. Okay. So before that, what we're going to do is I'm very curious. Okay. So I'm very curious with people who are joining me today. So how many of you guys are actually running your business full time? How many of you guys? Full time? Only 1%? 2%? All right, half? Janice was here, half? So how many of you guys are now running your business part-time? Meaning that you have some other job and then you're still running your business. How many? Oh, interesting. Okay. Onyx said halfway up here and there. All right. So how many of you guys are just started your business or in the process planning started? Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Right. Okay, now my question is, how many of you guys now started just by yourself? Lone Ranger, solopreneur. Okay, cool. So how many of you guys have a staff between 1 to 4 people working together with you? I think Patty has two. It's not only by yourself. Awesome. So we are in the right group, guys. So welcome. We would consider ourselves as a small business owner, but to tell you the truth, we have to be proud with ourselves. You know the reason why? Because I've seen in the statistics in Australia, I'm not so sure in other countries, in Australia, there are 97% of small business owners is actually now booming in Australia. And it has contributed 40% of GDP in Australia. We should be proud with ourselves, isn't it? For helping the economy of the country. So now what we are going to learn today is basically I am going to help you guys to see into 3 different perspectives. Okay. So number 1 is we are going to explore together. It's very important, guys, because majority of you are still in the journey of starting your business, or you're already in business for about 2-3 years. However, we consider that as a micro business. It's still a small business. So we're going to unpack together in terms of what are some of the challenges. What are some of the challenges? What are something that you just can't sleep at night thinking about it, especially about your business or even about yourself, where you want to go and everything. Will that be okay? All good? So that is number one. So number two is where I'm going to help you guys also in terms of look into what are some of the common mistakes, so this is based on my experience, and based on my experience throughout this journey, when I started my business about 3 years ago. So I can see what are some of the challenges, the hiccups, and so on, where I would love to help and explore that together with you, so that the moment when you look at all those common mistakes, you can actually turn it around and look at that as an opportunity. What do you need to do then? Will that be okay? Cool. Yep. All right. And the last one is where I'm going to give you this simple marketing step, because I understand majority of you guys here are small business owner. So which means that do not do things too overcomplicated. Make things easy, but I can guarantee based on my experience, when I started my journey, I started from zero. But with the system that I use, is a 3-step system, you can start generating income. What I'm trying to say here, you can start getting customers who are interested to purchase a product from you. How does that sound? Bring it on, Jenny said. All right, cool. So anyway, I would love you guys. Let's raise again in terms of the standard. Thank you, Patty, for on your camera. Nice to see you. Miss Ita, I'm not so sure who is Miss Ita. Please on your camera, that will be awesome. Yeah, so let's lean in, let's support each other, let's make this event as fun as we can. So this is not Harvard University. I'm not here as a professor teaching everyone just by watching me. So I wanted to have that interaction. So if you have any question or you want to comment anything, put it in the chat box, or you can just raise your hand, because there's not actually a big crowd here. So you guys can just unmute and then ask me question. Okay, will that be good? Can we just raise that standard? Will that be all right? So it's a win-win situation. So I need that vibes as well from you guys. Will that be cool? Awesome. Yeah. So now I would love to ask the permission from you guys, where today we are going to learn together in terms of the marketing concept. So can I just get permission from you to have this open mind when we talk about marketing? Will that be okay? All good? Yeah, I know that probably some of it can be a bit jargony for you guys, but that's all right. I just want you guys to see in different perspective and just have fun with it. Marketing is just something is so fun if you're very creative with it. Okay, so have fun with it. Number two, can I just get a permission again to be engaging with me? Put it in the comment and then just say hi to each other as well. All right, so number three, will that be okay, where I will share with you guys how we can actually work together and how I can support you guys? Will that be okay? Can I see some hands here? Will that be okay? All good? Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. So now, do you love my flip chart? So I'm a visual person. So I'm a visual learner. So everything, so don't get shocked because I'm not using all those PowerPoint slides and everything, because I really enjoy using flip chart. So it's more engaging for myself and also for you guys as well. All right. So let's begin. Now you must, can you see from here? Is it clear? Yep, all good. All right. So this is $5 notes. Let me begin. All right. So let me begin my story, my journey with this $5. I always share this story with many of my clients, but people who attended my workshop, those kind of thing, because this $5 has actually changed my life. It's changed my life forever. So it started because if I just give you a bit of a background about myself, because I have been teaching in university for more than 20 years. So my background is actually in marketing. So I've experienced teaching back home in Malaysia and also a few universities here in Australia. So I enjoy, this is my passion. I really enjoy teaching. I really enjoy sharing knowledge. So at the same time, my passion is also, I just love when we talk about business and marketing, it's just part of my passion. I just enjoy being with people, share whatever things that if there's any good products whatsoever, I just really enjoy, to tell people about how good the products are and everything. So basically, while I'm an educator, I'm also as an entrepreneur. So I have been running my business for about 17 years ago. So there are some of the businesses that I did, which is pretty good, and some I failed many times as well. So I think my journey as an entrepreneur, as well as an educator, is kind of like blended together, where throughout that journey, I have actually learned so much, so much, particularly about myself. So in 2017, I completed my PhD in 2011. Unfortunately, after I completed my PhD, I thought that it's easy for me to get a job. Unfortunately, I was so wrong. I have not been getting any job for 4 years. Even after sending thousands of resumes, no one shortlisted me or anything. So what happened is I was so frustrated with it after 4 years doing nothing. And I told my husband, well, we got some savings. Why not we open up a restaurant? So we opened up a restaurant here in Melbourne in 2011. In 2013. So for the past 2 years, it was great because my background is in marketing. So I managed to bring that brand image of my restaurant very, very quickly. So we got many customers coming in, all seems to be, well managed and everything, until after that 2 years, things just got chaotic. Things is not according to plan. We started getting all these complaints from customers, and we're having issues with, our staff, the cook. So that is where all the disasters starting to happen one after another. And what happened is myself and my husband, still stay for 2 years, even though we know that we are struggling during that time. Unfortunately, during that time, I'm still learning. I have no idea, no clue what's going on. We just run the business for the sake of just running a business. I ran a business, restaurant businesses, because I have nothing else to do. It's nothing to do with my passion or anything. It's just that I've got to do something, because I have some savings, this kind of thing. So what happened is in 2017, November 2017, the disaster happened. That is where we couldn't even afford to pay the rental for the restaurant. So then the landlord locked the restaurant. And during that time, that's the only income my husband and I have during that time. And we have 4 children. I was so afraid during that time. So afraid, because as a mother with 4 children, the only thing that I can think during that time is my children. Can I still have food on the table for my 4 children? That's the only thing. I was too scared. And then I told my husband, look, tomorrow we're going to drive to the city, and then we're going to meet up the landlord. Can we just negotiate with him so that he can open up the restaurant? Because we didn't have any income anymore. So I've been, throughout that 2 years, we've been forking up our own pocket money just to jump into the restaurant, because we have to pay so much expenses into that restaurant. And what happened is, I remember November 2017, we have nothing. And I was like driving with my husband. My husband said, look, wait at this parking lot. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to go upstairs and then just negotiate with the landlord. And that moment, I was in the car alone by myself. That is the moment I was like, just trying to think what is going to happen to my life. What is going to happen to my children? And wow, I was like having these thought patterns, it brings me a lot of fear. At the same time, a lot of anger. Wow, I was like thinking, what should I do now? How can I help my husband? All of a sudden, my focus turned to the left, and then I saw this homeless guy sitting just next at the corner. And I was like looking at him and look at myself again, thinking like, oh my God, if I thought that my life is just screwed up during that time, look at that homeless man. He don't even have a nice clothes. Not so sure whether he has food or not right now when I was like watching him. And he don't even have a place, a roof or a bed to sleep in. And that moment, I was like thinking to myself that, you know what, it's so selfish of me thinking of the problems that I'm having right now. So I opened up my wallet. I only have $5 during that time. I checked my bank account, nothing. I asked my husband, do you have any money? How much money do you have? Nothing. We were so desperate. Nothing. and we lose, our asset. We have to sell our houses and everything just to make sure that we can sustain the restaurant. Unfortunately, with that only $5, I have no clue what is going to happen tomorrow. And what happened is, because I have coins, $5 coins, so I have $3 and $2, I divided it, where that $2 I gave to that homeless man. The moment when I gave that $2 coin, when you are, do you know the Maslow theory? Do you know the Maslow theory? The basic necessity. So I was in that position of that basic necessity where it's been ripped off. Nothing at all. And you know how super scary it is? It's just too scary, because you have no idea. Your life is full of uncertainty. So during that stage, even though you have $5, that $5 you can see as like a $5,000 to you. Do you agree with me? Yeah. So for me to give that from $5, $2 to that homeless guy, you know how much for me during that time, thinking about the risk that I have to take, because I have no clue, how much more. Is there any more money that I can actually have by tomorrow? No idea at all. So what I've learned from the story of this $5, where I want to share with you guys, where I have managed to inspire so many people out there. Everything is possible in one condition. You got to be courageous enough to make a decision, even though it's too scary for you. So that is where this story of $5 really hit me hard. That is the turning point of my life, when I started to see, throughout our life, there will be moments that will scare you off. Do you agree with me? How many of you guys have that experience before? The moment where it's just too scary, and then it's too scary for you even to make a decision. Agree? How many agree with that? Yep, it's just too scary. So what I've learned from the story of $5 is where I took the risk, and I believe in miracle. I believe in the miracle of giving, because the moment you give, something miracle happened. And you know what happened? The next day, there's $500 in my bank account. I was like, huh? Where does that $500 comes from? Then only I remember, because last time I worked in the university, so I did some marking. So that's why I was like, the university actually paid me. And starting from there, I believe, no matter how scary sometimes your life is, you have no idea, you're very uncertain what's going to happen. If that, listen to your intuition. It's telling you something that it's okay to make a decision, and believe in a miracle. Things will happen. Things will fall into place. Loving the story? Love it? Yep, all good. Now, so I just want to share a bit more in terms of, have you guys heard about the 5 stages of grieving? No? Okay, that's fine. So I'll just want to share with you guys, and then how this actually later connect you as a small business owners. All right. So these 5 stages of grieving, when I lose my restaurant, I went through all here. I started with denial. I cannot accept it. I wouldn't be able to accept it. Things, why is this happening to me? This is so unfair. So I become denial. I was so angry. There's a lot of fighting happening between me and my husband. We fight a lot, chaotic. We fight with so many other people out there who are trying to help us. So during that time, we started to bargain. Bargain here means like, what if? That is the moment I was like thinking, if only we did not actually invested in this restaurant. You are trying to go back in the past, and then you started to feel more regret with yourself. Have you had that experience before, guys? Anyone had that experience? Yeah. So you're in denial mode, and then you feel angry with all the situation that's happening in your life. And then after that, you start bargaining. That shouldn't happen. If only I say yes to this, if only I say no to that, they have that regret kind of thing. And then you fall under depression. So both me and my husband, both of us fall under depression for a few years. So we did not go out. I was in the house all the time. I do not want to go anywhere. I do not want to speak to anybody. It was like for 1 year doing nothing. Me and my husband, we feel so angry is one thing, but also feel a bit shameful. We feel shameful with ourselves. We do not want to share with people that we are a failure. Have you had that moment also? I believe majority of you guys, you have your own story. So I would love to share here in a way that how after years of depression, I was like telling myself, you know what? Enough is enough. Have you had that moment also? Enough is enough. I'm done with all this. I've got to do something about it. Have you had that experience? My turning point is because, awesome, Onyx, thank you so much. So my experience here is because I have to get up again because of my 4 children. For me, I was like, I fight whatever it takes because of my 4 children, because of them. So in a way that I have to deal it with myself, I started, instead of falling under depression and then take all those medication, I said, no more. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll get someone who could help me with it. And I started to accept it. I accept the reality. Acceptance is bitter. How many of you guys agree with that? It's bitter. However, it gives you so much opportunity. It gives you so much hope. Yeah, Janice, I can see that. It gives you so much hope. It gives you the sense of gratitude. Because the moment when you feel grateful with yourself, you will bring in different power within you. How is that sitting with you? You guys love enjoying the story and also the 5 stages of grieving. And I have strong feeling majority of you guys have actually went through all this journey. So why am I sharing all this story is because let's talk a bit. I would love you guys to unmute yourself if you can. Let's talk a bit in terms of the challenges, because I totally understand all of you guys have your own beautiful story. You guys went through your own challenges in life as well, isn't it? But now, by understanding those 5 stages of grieving, let's move to the next step in a way that every single one of you guys, I know that you have something in you that you wanted to do because you know you have that potential of doing it. You believe that you can go far. You believe that you're worthy. You believe that you have something that you can offer to others. How many of you guys have that strong belief within you? Awesome. Wonderful. So let's unpack together and then start sharing, okay? So that we can recognize this together, because majority of you guys are all small business owners, including myself also. But again, as I mentioned, even though we're a small business owner, you know, there's a potential for us to go into medium size or larger size. However, each sizes has to go through certain stages. So that is where you got to understand first, you know, so the challenges for the small business owner, challenges for the medium size, larger size company are all have different types of challenges. So let's unpack together so that we all started to realize together that the challenges that you're going through is not just you. Everybody, especially business owners. Yeah, so yeah, unmute. Janice, would you like to share? Who wants to share in terms of what are some of the challenges?
One of the things that I've recognized through my own personal journey, I mean, just quickly, I'm a survivor of breast cancer, right? So I had to really reflect back onto my life and where I was and what I'm doing and where I was going. But I've looked at it in a way that it's steps. And it's a multitude of steps. It's not just 3 steps, 6 steps, 9 steps. It's a multitude of steps, because there's so many levels that when you get up another level, something else happens, you get another challenge, something else comes in, and until you work that out before you can move to the next level. Exactly. So to me, it's a whole evolution, if that's the right way to put it, that once you're on this journey, the only way is up. The only way is up. So I now say I step in to step up to step out.
Oh, beautiful, Janice. Thank you so much for sharing that. You're amazing. You know, breast cancer survivor. I mean, like the experience that you went through. So as I mentioned to you guys, you know, this is where we're going to talk about marketing later. But your story, your journey, you know, your inspiration actually is very important when we talk about business later. Okay. Well done, Janice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anyone else? What are some other challenges? Something that you just can't sleep at night, or you've been like thinking, or you've been starting to compare. How many of you guys have started comparing with other people? Oh my God, how did they do that? How did they make like 10K per month? How did they make 20K per month? Yes, Ben, go ahead, Ben.
I'm comparing myself quite a lot, and I'm just thinking,
Mhm.
where I'm at in my life. I studied business analyst. I'm 20 years later. I'm still in the same career, and I feel quite frustrated. I've done quite a lot of studies. I've got an executive MBA and a lot of coaching, and I just don't feel if I'm making progress in that area. And then I looked at my sister, and she just did a normal BA degree, and she's a director.
Right.
And I think, yeah, who's got
What
the best?
specifically, Ben? What specifically? Thank you so much for sharing that, Ben. I can resonate with you. You know, when you were saying you're not progressing, you know, you kind of like bounce back. So I have that moment as well, because last time I teach in the university. So when I decided, you know, that I am going to take, you know, like manage my business 100%. So I no longer want to teach. It's a scary journey for me as well. So there is still a moment where I was like thinking to myself, oh my God, you know, this business is not going anywhere. I have to bounce back. I have to go back and teach. You know, I have that moment also. So what specific challenges that you're having, Ben?
Oh, for me, I've been, I want to do my own business, and I've moved in and out of permanent positions, going contracting, and then I'm gone back to permanent position now.
Okay. So can we say something about, like, for instance, like probably you feel stuck?
I think my niche, what's my niche market? That's my big problem.
So that's your big problem. So we are going to explore that together. Awesome. So probably you feel that you feel stuck and you're not so sure. You know, who do you want to help? Who do you want to offer to? Yeah. So we're gonna explore that together as well. So what are some of the challenges? Yep.
What's the challenges? What's the challenges for me? I think there's the feeling, what do I offer? Am I good enough? So that's personal things. And I think another one, not being clear on my target market.
Yeah.
Can I
in terms
add
of
value to?
Awesome. Anything else, guys? Thank you so much, Ben, for sharing that. Awesome. So anyone has the almost similar experience as what Ben has been sharing? So you guys can put it in a chat box also. Yeah, you have that experience also? Anything else? There's so many challenges out there, particularly as a business owner. Come on, guys. What are some of the things that you just can't sleep at night? You'd be like thinking and thinking and thinking, what went wrong? Yeah, Janice?
I'm going to say for me, it's also about the relevance of what content I bring together and how I present that in a way that it connects with the audience.
Okay. So you have no idea how to connect with the audience. You have no idea. This is very common when people say, I have no idea what to say.
Well, it's not that I don't know what to say, but it's knowing, I mean, I'm a storyteller, so I can go rabbit, 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 and oh, hang on, and then there was this, and then there was that, but I never get to the point. So it's being able to have that, bring that content back so that it's context and makes sense to the connection of the reader.
Oh, awesome. So you want that connection. So you wanted that content is targeted specifically to your niche market, isn't it? Yeah. Oh my God. You guys are bringing all these issues where I'm going to help and teach you guys today. Oh my God, I'm getting more excited now. So one of the main challenges, you know, very common challenges that we business owners are actually facing. Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry, Nora. Okay, I go with Patty first and I go with Nora. Okay? All right. Go ahead, Patty.
Oh, well, I've got a lot of challenges. I've been in the business for 13 years now in immigration. There's a lot of challenges for me. well, obviously I need to do more video, which I fear doing video, and managing the staff and all this work we're getting in. So, and then find my niche. So there's a lot of challenges for me, and also try to, keep your business account balance,
Yeah.
profit. So it's a lot of challenges here.
Because this is as what we are sharing, yeah, Patty, this is not a hobby.
No.
This is like to generate income. Your business is not your hobby. It's supposed to generate income, return on investment, ROI.
But when I first started, I thought it was a hobby. I did it as a hobby, but I realized.
Yeah, all-rounder, as what Patty was sharing just now. Is this resonating with some of you guys? You have to do every single thing. Oh my God, I have to come up with my videos. I have to come up with my content. I didn't even know who my niche market is. What if people is going to purchase my product? As what Ben was saying, is my product is good enough? All sort of things that you have to think about. Not just thinking, but also you have to do. Have to send the invoice, have to do the follow-up. Who are those people who are not paying? And then you have to do the reminder. Everything. Whew, exhausted. Nora, go ahead.
Okay, taking in what Janice and Patty has said, for me, it's consistency. Even if you have the content, being the solo person in your business, and you have to think what content to write, when are you going to post it, so you have many content. So I think for me, it's consistency.
Yeah.
It's the challenge.
And we are going to explore that also. Why do you think that consistency is important?
Because you want to gain trust. You want people to know that you're there, who you are.
Yeah.
Branding, perhaps.
Yeah, of course. Because we are still small, isn't it? So we have to put a lot of effort to make sure that our niche market know that we exist. True? Agree? Yeah.
Isn't it also we want them to know, like, and trust us? So they've got to get to know us by the content that we share. So the content needs to be connecting so that it actually then resonates with the potential client, for that matter. So the know, like, and trust is very important to me to make certain that I hit that mark and not take them down a rabbit hole.
Exactly, 100%. So I'm going to help you guys in terms of understanding the process, the stages. Instead of going straight into, okay, this is the content, they need to connect with me, those kind of thing. I will help you guys to understand first the concept of marketing in the perspective of consumer behavior. At the end of the day, I always share this with all my clients, with all the participants. At the end of the day, we're still dealing with a human being. Even though you might be good with your social media, with all this technology, running with this webinars, Zooms and everything, the first most important thing, you got to understand that we are actually dealing with another human being. They have feelings, they have emotions. So I will help you a bit more before we dive in and go further on the 3 simple steps. Okay, Jimmy, go ahead.
Okay. I have just signed a contract with Plus. I managed to do it since last year I started it. I have found a partner. So we got the contract to provide vending machine. But then because of COVID-19 in Malaysia, market isn't so good yet. So we haven't even started yet. So it seems like I got something that I wanted, but then the timing seems to be not suitable for the time being. We still have to move on, but perhaps the results or will not be what I expected now. I would expect the machine to pull all out, but now even RSA are closing. Some people don't stop at RSA because of COVID-19. So they are having their own problems. So I want to think of how do I go about on these things and make it a successful partnership.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jimmy, again, for sharing that, because I know it depends on the nature of the business. There are some nature of business is just very hard when we talk about pivoting online. But still, even though you have the premises and everything, if you do the marketing right, people will still want to connect with you. People will find your place or your spot. People will still go and find your products, trust me. So there's a strategy for it where I'm going to help every single one of you guys today. So some other challenges that when I help my clients, and also, when I do trainings and workshop, again, as I mentioned, it's all rounder. You have to do everything by yourself and it's just super exhausted. So that's the reason why sometimes you can see some of the business owners out there, they burn out, you know, but definitely there must be a strategy on how to do this. Plus, we have less customers. We want more customers. How many of you guys want more customers? Show of hands. How many of you guys want customer? Not just customer, but you want that customer who is going to purchase your product and then who is going to stay with you. And then they're going to rave about you. And then they're going to refer you to other people. Who wants that? Yeah. So this is what we want in our business. Plus, the problem with the challenges with the small business owners is because of the capital. Agree? The capital here. We don't have enough capital. And it's just too risky to keep spending, and then you're not so sure in terms of your return on investment, whether your marketing is working or not. Even though some people will say, hey, use this, follow this system, follow that system, you know, purchase this program, purchase that program. But we as a business owner, we got to make sure that our decision making is giving us back the return. How many of you guys agree with that when it comes to money? Here. Do you think it's very important? Of course. And I would love to share with you guys today, don't spend so much money. This is why I always help many of my clients, because when I started my journey as a coach 3 years ago, is where I've come from zero. I have nothing. So that is the reason why I wanted to share with every one of you guys today, how I did it, even though I have a very shoestring budget, very, very limited budget, and use it wisely, smartly by using the social media technology. All good? Anyone else just now putting your hands? Yeah, Jimmy?
Okay. What I'm dealing now, this business is something new to me because I've been working all my life. So coming into business is a risk in itself because something new. Perhaps I found a good partner. Hopefully it's a good partner and it's trustworthy. She's in the business. So it's something like I'm jumping out of my comfort zone. So how do I really tell myself that, okay, you can do it, and this is the place where you can be successful? Well, I've been working all my life already.
Yeah. Can I just ask a very simple question to everyone? So when we talk about marketing, have you ever asked yourself this specific question? How do I start? How do I begin? Have you had that question? Or even, am I doing the right thing? How many of you guys have been asking yourself, the marketing that you've been doing now, am I doing the right thing? Yep. So this is the thing that we are going to explore together. But before that, I just want to share the common mistake that I've done in the past, and also the common mistake that I've seen some people is doing it. So this is where I'm going to share with you guys. All right. So because you might be very curious, isn't it? Seeing some of the business owners, they're doing pretty well. You know, how come during COVID-19, they can still make 10K, 20K per month? You might be very curious, yeah? So this is the game. And I am going to share with you guys. If I were to ask you to throw the spaghetti on the wall, you know, some of it will stick on the wall, but some of it will be on the floor. So same goes in marketing. So I always share this with people where marketing is not like one size fit all. Even though those company, all those were saying that, hey, purchase the program, use our system. At the end of the day, it's your responsibility to start trying it. Because even if you purchase a new clothes, you know, sometimes it doesn't fit you well. You have to alter here and there. Correct? Agree? Same goes with marketing as well. Why do you need to tweak a bit? Why you need to re-strategize a bit? Because every single one of you guys have your own different offer to your different niche market. The way that you match with your market and the way I match with my market will always be different. Yes, the system, the strategy will be there, but you got to tweak it in your own way that can be connected to your market. It's very important. So what I'm trying to say here, guys, number one, if you really want to see that your business can start getting customers, you got to start. You cannot expect the perfection. This is where I started the journey. I'll just throw the spaghetti on the wall. Well, something will stick there. So at least I learned something. Something which dropped, that's fine. I'm going to learn. So what I wanted to share here, seek progress for perfection. Moral of the story, you got to start somewhere and you keep progressing. It's what Nora was saying just now. Consistency is number one rule. So the moment when you start progressing, you will learn a lot more. Because when we talk about Ben, we're talking about niche market. Majority of you guys are talking about, I'm not so sure about my target market. I'm not so sure about my, niche market, those kind of things. The reason being is because, let me share with you, 20 years teaching in the university, I teach market research. So I teach students how to become a consultant using the best, wonderful technology. If you have big budget, you can hire a market research company to help you to identify specifically who your niche market. We can even do the forecasting, how wonderful the technology is. However, you need to have a big budget for that. Now we are small business owners. So what do we need to do? It's hard to research your market and get the result on the spot. It's very hard to predict whether your niche market will purchase the product that you're going to offer. Correct? Everyone agree with me? Yeah. So what do you need to do then? You learn about your market while you are progressing. How is this sitting with everyone? So what I would love to share with you guys, in marketing, we as a business owner, small business owner, we wanted to market ourselves up there because we have less customers and not many people know us, correct? So which means if we were to compare with bigger company, we got to do more with our marketing. We have to work harder, 60% more as compared to medium-sized or large company. Why? Because they already have their brand. People know them. People know Nike. People know Maggie. People know Milo. People know Apple. But people wanted to know who is Ben. People wanted to know who is Onyx. People want to know who is Hasina. People want to know who is Bakir. So, meaning at your stage, this is where you have to start changing your mindset now, how important it is not to go with perfection, but start seeking that progression and work more on your marketing. Because many people, they thought that selling is important. So this is number 2 common mistake that where I wanted to share with you guys. Yes, selling is still very important. But number 1 rules is marketing. You have to put so much effort in marketing so that it will be much more easier for you to start selling later. Can I ask you guys this question? What's the difference between marketing and selling? Anyone? What's the difference, guys? It'd be quite interesting to have this conversation.
I'll have a stab.
All right.
And I'm going to try and be a little bit funny here, so it could be way off, okay? Marketing is, and I say tongue in cheek, look at me, look at me, look at me, I've got your product, I've got everything. And
Yep.
selling is, you're going to buy this off me, mate, and I don't care what you do, you're just going to buy it off me, mate. Feel the difference? And whereas marketing is about sharing, showing, teaching, informing, bringing all of that information out there to somebody. So you share, show, and you teach. They're my 3 favorite words. I share it, I show it, I teach it.
Love it. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Whereas selling, selling is well, you've got to buy it. It's going to be the best thing for you. There's a case of feeling pressured.
Yeah. You got that concept right there, Janice. I love that. Because human beings, they are very obsessed with themselves. The moment when we start talking about ourselves and our product, what we are selling, we are going to turn them off. Because why? Because nowadays customers is getting very, very smart. The moment when you open out your mouth and wanted to say something about your product, they know that you are going to sell already, isn't it? Yeah. So the difference between marketing and selling is talking about your products, talking about your services, talking about you. Marketing is talking about your prospect. And in my second pre-learning the other day, so Janice was there, Jimmy was there, and also Nora was there, I have actually provided the script on how you should be talking about yourself without talking about yourself. The moment when you have that art, people love to connect with you. So the most important thing here, guys, in business, okay, marketing should take 80% of the effort. I'm talking about digital marketing nowadays, right? Because of the competitions and everything and the transparency with the technology and so on, you got to put 80% of the marketing and only 20% selling. How's that sitting with you? Because why? Psychologically, consumer love, people like us, we love to buy. Agree? You love to shop. Everybody loves to shop. But people hate to be told or hate to be sold. Agree? I love to buy. I enjoy shopping. But I don't like people to tell me, you should buy this, you should buy that. Just don't like it. So can you see how important it is now to understand between marketing and selling and how much effort that you have to put in marketing your business in order to get more customers? Janice, you want to say anything else? Yeah, go ahead.
What I've also found, and I speak of my own experience here, is because of my vivaciousness and, you know, I'm always extremely happy and excited. I get too excited that I frighten the person off. And I don't even know that I'm doing that, because to me, it's the passion, it's the drive, it's everything, you know, not so much to say you're going to buy this, but this is what it can do for you. You know, this is, you know, and my excitement just overwhelms them. And I see them all just go, okay, yeah.
And how many of you guys have that experience? I do have that experience also, Janice. So we are going to, that 3 steps actually will answer all your questions and also the rest also when it comes to curiosity.
Thank you.
So, awesome, no problem at all. And the last one, can you guys see here the common mistakes that I've written down here? Niche. I have no idea who my niche market is. Oh my God, this is so confusing. Oh my God. I have no idea who they are. I have no idea what to offer them. No idea. Okay. So this is the common mistake where, for me, when I started coaching all my clients, I remember Nora and Patty. Oh my God. I think I remember Nora, we have worked together just to find your niche market for about 4 or 5 months, just finding the right niche market, isn't it? So as I mentioned, because our limitation as a small business owner, we can't afford to do this market research thing. We can't afford to pay other company to find the right niche market for us. Yeah, we have these wonderful products, amazing products, but we can't afford to predict who are these people who's going to purchase my product, correct? So as I mentioned just now, it's much more important to just throw yourself out there and then start doing some try and error. However, try not to throw yourself too hard because you're going to fall and it will be very painful. So that's the reason why today I wanted to share with you guys, because based on my experience, yeah, I fall so many times. And from there, I started to realize a lot of things that I really want to help people like you guys who really, really can see themselves that they have this potential. You can go far. You believe in yourself that you're so worthy. You believe in yourself that you can help people out there. How many of you guys have that feeling? Yeah. So let's do this together. You have that potential. It doesn't matter what size you are, as long as you're very passionate, as long as you believe in yourself. You have so much to give. You have so much opportunity out there that you can help more people. Yeah. So now, before I start, can you guys see from here? Is it clear? Not clear, Patty? Really? The rest are okay. All good now? Okay, awesome. So before we begin, I just want to share, you know, in terms of the things that you must know. Okay, so is it all right? So if I were to share with you guys in terms of You know, like if I were to say that we are all micro business owner, will that be okay? Yeah, or small business owner, will that be okay? Because that's resonate more with the content that I'm going to share with you guys today. Okay. So this is the most important thing, because we are talking about the social media now, guys. We are talking about the technology. We are talking about what is happening with the pandemic, you know, with the COVID-19. You can see so many businesses out there is pivoting online. All right. Oop. Okay, I'm looking at the sorry, I'm looking at the yeah, you guys can put some chat if you want to chat whatsoever, just put it there. So once in a while I'll have a look. Sorry guys, if I speak too fast, just tell me to time off if I speak too fast. Okay, just let me know. Right, so going back here, so remember when I said one of the challenges as a small business owners is this one. Agree? Yeah. However, okay, so you don't have many customers yet, but you have time, you have resources, you have your own creativity. And that's what Ben was saying just now. You have learned so much, meaning that you all here have enough resources already. No more putting in. It's more about giving out, giving out and help more people out there. You know, you are already full with yourself. It's time. So because of this capital, but you have more time, right? So you can choose either one. If you have enough budget, you can just pay someone else to do marketing for you. But however, I disagree, because marketing is your voice. Marketing is your heart. Marketing is your passion. Marketing is you. Because the moment when you're not so sure what marketing strategy that you should use, and you started to get people, you hire someone else to do it for you, it doesn't sound like your voice anymore. So I reckon you start with your own marketing strategy first. The moment you know how it works, you know, in terms of the system, it's all good now, then only you can get someone to help your marketing. But there's an opportunity here. I'm giving you the options here. Another thing is use the social media platform. Because why? Internet is the free playground. Free. It's free. Again, there's a but. There's a big but here. Let's understand about the social media platform. Would that be okay? Would that be cool? Are you guys curious about this? Yeah. What is big three? What are some of the biggest social media platforms out there that people has been crazily using it? Facebook. What else?
Instagram.
TikTok.
Instagram.
TikTok.
Yeah.
Now it's the most craziest one. TikTok.
I know. TikTok. What else?
Twitter.
YouTube.
Awesome. Anything else?
LinkedIn. And Twitter.
And many more. And crazy. If you look at all these platforms, how are you feeling? God, which platform should I use now? Yeah. Okay, so this is where I would love to give you a bit of exposure. Understand that big three. The big three here is actually conquered by a bigger company. LinkedIn, conquered by Microsoft. YouTube, Google. And Facebook and Instagram by Facebook. These are the three giant companies. So they predicted that TikTok might not exist in a couple more years, unless it's been bought over by big company, for instance, like Apple. You never know. Is this making sense now? So what I'm trying to say here is that because it's been conquered by all these big giant company, what does that mean? They're playing a game here. There's a game here. It's not just you posting something and then you get a reward for it. They're making money out of this.
Yeah, that's all
They
about the
give you the rules. These are the platforms. I'm putting in the rules. If you play the rules right, you're going to get bigger point. What is that point? The algorithm. What is algorithm? The algorithm will push you where you are going to get more reach. How many people wants that? Free. So the condition here is that for you to get more reach for free, you have to put a lot more effort. This is making sense now. And you have to play all the rooms where they have put it in. So one of the rules where all this big company is playing is where they always come up with a new feature. You know what is the new feature of Instagram now? They are competing with TikTok now. What is that?
Reels.
Yeah, reel. I just post a 5-second reel. I've got 2,300 people view. It pushed my reach. And all of a sudden my followers increased. I was like, what?
What is real?
Reel is where you got to come out with a very super fast content video in just less than 15 seconds.
Fudge. Okay.
So, yeah, so what I'm trying to say here, guys, is where, because of our limited budget, but we have that creativity, time, and so on. It's just a matter of knowing what games to play on that specific platform in order for you to start getting rich. So that's the reason why sometimes you feel very frustrated with yourself. How many of you guys feel frustrated when you post something? Only 4 likes, only 10 likes. How come my friend got 300 likes, 500 likes? I only have like 4 likes. Have that experience? Yep. It's because we are not playing the right game. So we really have to understand how the social media works. Then only you'll be able to understand more on how to use this free platform to market yourself. Is this making sense to everyone? You love this about the big three? Yep. Making sense? Awesome. So now the 2 rules is that with the social media, one thing, let me share you a bit in terms of Facebook, okay? So when we talk about algorithm, it's talking about how brilliant or intelligent the technology is right now. Because the moment when you post something, let's say you post about grandmother, so the system will be able to read your content and it will start picking who they want to target your post to. Is this making sense? So that is algorithm. It can read, it knows what you want, and it knows where to match. This is making sense? Or am I getting too geeky or techie? Will that be okay? I'm trying to make it simple so that you understand better on how you can start getting more people to engage with you. That's the whole idea. Okay. So with this social media, it is very smart now because, for instance, like Facebook, it doesn't like you to sell. They want you to socialize, but not selling. And another thing, remember when we talk about consumer behavior, people love to buy, but they hate to be sold. Ugh! I can't sell now. So what do you need to do? Marketing. 60%. Put more effort in your marketing. Then selling will be way much easier. Yes, Janice?
So is marketing the aspect of sharing value content? Is that the basis of marketing, and it's only the value of that content that people connect with?
Yes. So in other words, before I put in the rules, what is marketing here? Marketing is the generous act of helping others achieve their result. Can you see the word here, result? When your prospect comes to you, there's only one thing in their mind. Remember when I mentioned about what's in it for me? When they were saying what's in it for me here means that I come to ITA is because I want to get result. How can you help me? It's not just understanding about my problem. Yeah, I know this is my problem, but can you help me to achieve that result? So which means that marketing is where you are going to, is the generous act of helping others to achieve their result, not your result, but their result. Even though a small, short content, 15 seconds, can actually help solve the thing in here that they can't sleep at night, they will value you a lot more. When I share about big three, how many of you guys feel that it's actually resolved some of your problems? Can I see shows of hand? When I share the big three and I share about the social media platform, how many of you guys think that this is valuable to you and have solved tiny bit of your problems? And now you started to realize, oh my God, no wonder my post is not getting that reach. It's not getting reach. Yeah. Now you understand, this is how they play the game. Didn't know that. And this is the content that you can start thinking, and we're going to talk a lot more in terms of the content later. But now, so those are the two rules. Okay. So I remember my son the other day, he was like asking me, Mom, I want to be like you. I want to sell something. What should I sell? I was like, this is quite interesting. And I told him 2 days ago, we were like driving to Mornington. I told him, before you want to sell anything, make sure you're interested with people. You must be interested with people. And he was like asking, how do I be interested with people? How do I like people? You got to like yourself first. You got to value yourself first. You got to see that how worthy you are. This making sense? Yeah. And it's easier for you to like others as well, because you know how to like yourself first. That's very important. And number 2 is where the second rule is where stop selling. I'm not saying stop 100%, stop selling and start serving. Stop selling and start serving. Because why? Remember, there's 2 rules just now. The social media doesn't like us to sell. The moment when there's a word sell, then your reach will be penalized. Even the social media now know that you need to get engagement, right? Because engagement is one of the metrics where you can get more reach, correct? So the system even be able to capture the moment when you say, hey, please comment below the word comment, then you're going to lose the algorithm also. So you got to ask different questions more creatively, making sure that people are still commenting. But you don't need to use the word comment. So how amazing it is, isn't it? Once we understand how the social media works. Learning hips? Good. So are you guys ready? How many of you guys ready? Show of hand to learn these 3 simple steps. How many of you guys ready? Yep. Cool. All right. So these are the 3 simple steps that I have promised to teach you guys. Yeah, Eunice. Yes, I know. So before I talk about those stages, I just want to give you a simple analogy. Let's say, for instance, that you selling apple. Okay. So you have a farm, you want to sell apple. Where do you sell? Where? You guys can unmute yourself, or you can just put in a chat. Where you should sell apple? To the market, local markets. So it's not just about the market. We have to think about the people, right? So where the people will find apple? And of course, it's in the market. All right, so you bring your apple in the market. What's next?
Promote it.
You promote it. Well done. So why do you have to promote it? You
Because
already have that in front of you.
nobody would know what you are selling, and
Yeah. So you have to bring that awareness. Hey, I'm selling apples here. So when you're promoting, what are you doing? You're attracting the people who just want to purchase apple, not purchase lemon, not purchase pineapple, but you're attracting people who just want to purchase apple. And then what's next? Once you promote, you tell, hey, this is Yasmin apple. Hey, I'm selling apple. This is Yasmin apple. What's next? The people who wanted to purchase apple, they become more aware. Yeah. So the moment they become more aware, what they will do is they will come near you and then they will start asking questions.
tell why the product is good.
Yeah. And
The
also they might
benefit.
ask in terms of, yeah, the benefits, the price, how much is this, you know, what type of apple is this? You know, they are starting to engage with you. Why is that happening?
Because they are curious about
Very
your
good.
apple.
Yeah, they are very curious. What else?
They're interested to buy.
Interested to buy? Before they're interested to buy, what?
They want to know why your apple is better than the other apple.
Okay, they want to know why your apple is better than others. Yep. What is the process? Is actually happening? What is happening throughout that process?
Connection.
Connection, very good. So they are building the certainty in themselves, saying that, yes, this is the person that I trust, that I know she sells the best apple, I'm going to purchase from her. Is it making sense? Because the moment when people engage with you, it's not just asking questions, guys.
Can I add something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think there's the word connections there, which I think is quite interesting. I think before we establish that connections, basically, we need to understand the kinds of product that you are going to promote or market. Let us avoid the term selling, because I think apples have certain categories. They have Granny Smith, they have Pink Lady, they have Gala. So these types of products, and we are able to link the connection. For example, what would be the benefit selling Granny Smith apple? Maybe for those who are in strudel making, that would be a good apple. Pink Lady, for example. I think similarly, when you look at oranges, when we have a Valencia oranges, it is good to make juicing. But for navel oranges, it's good for you to eat and cut as a fresh fruit. So this is, I think, to establish between the product and the consumer and to provide that good relationships or connections.
Exactly. I love that. Connection is one thing. It's also what we call it as matching as well. Is there any matching with what I want and you can offer me? Because the moment when there's a matching in there, you feel so much connected, you know, because customers, why they are purchasing from you? Because they feel certain. They feel confident with you. Therefore, we as a seller, we got to be confident with ourselves also, isn't it? So I'm going to share with you guys in terms of those gaps later. But now, can I just share with you guys in terms of the funnel, how this works in a modern era when we talk about marketing? So we started with awareness. Yeah. We want people to be aware about apples first. Then after that, we want them to come to us and ask questions. So how does it work in the social media? They will PM you, they will DM you. That's what happened to me. You know, when I check this message from my Instagram, you know, from my Facebook or through my email, or I receive leads from my website, you know, these people are now ready to engage with me. They want to ask more questions because here they haven't committed yet in terms of making a decision, not yet. Okay, so that's the reason why it's very important to continue building that connection until they will consider, should I buy this apple or the other person's apple? Which one? And they started to consider, and lastly, convert, so that you will get customers. Can you see the stages here? So now this is the selling of 20%. This is the hard yard that you have to start working more. And to tell you guys the truth, it's not hard at all. So how can you achieve that 80%? In order to convert them, become your paying customers. How do you do that? The magic is the 3 steps are character, your content, and contribution. Can you guys see from here? Character, content, contribution. What are those 3? We're going to explore this together. Look, psychologically, people purchase not because of your product. How amazing your product is, they will not purchase because of your product. Okay, don't get me wrong here, meaning that you don't need to have a product. Yes, you still do need to have a product. But nowadays, people purchase because of you. And it's already done in the study. They've done an experimental study. People purchase because of your personality. People purchase because they like you, your style. People purchase because they trust you. People purchase because they feel there's a similarity between you and me. There's a connection. So me as a coach, sometimes when I do this discovery session, a few of these prospects, they came to me and said, hey, Yasmin, I feel like I know you for like 10 years. You know, I feel through these conversations and everything, because they feel there's a similarity. Okay, so character play a very important role if you wanting to connect fast with your prospect. It's very important on how you can start building that character so that they will start being aware and wanting to engage with you. Oh my God, this person is something. I really need to connect with this person, you know? Apart from character, secondly, for you to get people to consider, the next stage is the content. Let's go back into the character. So character is where you got to find a story about you that can inspire people. Can you see when I share the story about that $5? That a $5 story, and I bring that character in, is to inspire, where the hero journey is not my journey. I'm sharing my journey to inspire others that they can actually achieve their journey as well. They can actually achieve their dreams as well. Is this making sense to everyone? All good? Yep. Awesome. Content is where you are going to send the message across. So this is where Janice was saying just now, no idea in terms of how to connect with your niche market. So in order to know the content, you got to know who your niche market is. It's very, very important. And the last bit is contribution. What is contribution? Then only contribution is not what you are selling, what you are offering. There's a difference here. So I am going to explore further with you guys. Will that be okay? Do you guys have any question? You guys seem to be very quiet. Are you guys still thinking about it or digesting it? Or can you see there's a bit of aha moment where you can start pick and choose and then start implementing it in your business? How is that resonating with you guys? Share with me. Yeah, is this making sense? Now it's coming almost together. So I'm going to help you with all these 3 simple steps. Number 1 is, as I mentioned just now, the character. You know, when I share with people, people love to be inspired. People just doesn't enjoy when we just talk about me, and me. Who cares about you? I care about how you can help me get that result. So you got to bring certain story or character that can inspire your target market, that if they look at Ben, they feel that, oh my God, if Ben can do it, I can do it as well. Oh, no, no problem, honest. No problem at all. Yeah, yeah. As long as you're still enjoying, you know, while I've been like sharing all this content together with you. So how can you bring that character? So how are you going to bring that character? So there's a structure for it. So the first structure is you share in terms of before, what is happening. So when I share my character, what is happening? I lose my business. I lose everything. You know, it's things become so disaster, chaotic. So I share in terms of the challenges. And what happened is, then after that, you can share in terms of what you have discovered. So what did I share here? What did I discover? I discovered one of the turning point in my life with that $5 I gave to this homeless guy, another $2, and I keep $3. What did I discover there? The 5 stages of grieving, where I started to accept life. Because if I were to see my life as compared to other people who are much worse than me, so that is the discovery that I have found, where then after that, what did I do? What did I do? I make a decision, even though sometimes it's the most scariest decision. I make that decision and I feel proud with myself because I took that ownership, whatever it takes. I'm going to decide and I'm going to take action, no matter how scary it is, because I believe in miracle. As long as you do things that you believe within your intuition, that things will be okay, just do it. So my mission here would be just say yes, and how will follow. That's my mission. Say yes, no matter how scary it is. How's that resonating with you guys? The character. So when you share it in your videos, you know, when you're doing speaking gig, even when you speak, you know, doing one-on-one with your client, you can just share the story. So at least they understand. And then they can resonate in terms of your character, where they are. The connection is very important. So number 2, this is where it's super important. Content, as what Janice was saying just now. So number 1 rules, you really have to know who your niche market is. This is where I can see many small business owners, no doubt, it's not their fault. It's just too hard because you have to do a lot of market research. Because as I mentioned to you guys, I teach in uni for 20 years. I teach market research. I teach market research using certain technology with big budget, you know, where you can predict the behavior of the consumers. You can do that if you have money. But if you don't, then what's next? How can I know who my niche market is, who are interested and be connected with me? So one of the way is to understand, remember, you got the solution. The moment when you understand who your niche market is, okay, you know what are their problems. You know your market has a problem. You have the solution. And this is what we call, I put it in red so that you guys can see the gap. And when Janice was saying just now, you know, how to connect the message is where here is where you know something, but they don't know. And the moment you be able to identify who your specific niche market is and what result they want, and you have that solution, you know what are their problems. This is the gap. That gap is your content. This is your content. How is this making sense to everyone? Is it making sense? Is it helping? Yeah, yes. Can I show of hand whether is this helping, or you guys have any question with this? Yeah, all good? All right. So the third one is where This is where you will be talking about what you offer. People are still very confused when it comes to products. Nowadays, we no longer talk about what you're selling. We will be talking more about what you are offering. What do you offer? Because if you just to sell the product, this is a commodity. You know, sell what? Sell mobile phone, then what? Sell handbags, purchase shoes, you know, so what is that contribution? So what are you going to offer to me? Because consumer, remember in marketing, I always teach this in university, you know, you got to find a strategy in your marketing where you must retain your customers. You must keep them, get them to become loyal, stay with you forever. Losing customers and to retain customers, retaining customers will be much more cheaper than keep on getting a new customers. Is this making sense? Because the moment when you have customers, you can keep on continue to upsell. And that helps you. Plus, they are strong in terms of referrals. So how can you make them happy? Your offer must give them experience. Your offer must give them, oh, they feel wow. They feel that you're going to support them, help them. Because why? Psychologically, why the customer wants to be with you? Because they want to be feel the sense of belonging. They want to feel special. They want to feel significant. How is that sitting with you guys? So this is where I wanted to share with everyone, particularly people who have a product. Try not to be too obsessed with your product. People no longer excited with just purchasing a product. They want more. What do you offer? Fine. All right. So you are selling, I don't know, product, for instance, like Jimmy, you are selling the Forever Living, the aloe vera, correct? So Jimmy's product is on aloe vera. Okay, it's help in terms of people's health. But what else can you offer? What else can you offer apart from that aloe vera drink? What else do you offer? We provide some kind of like a group coaching. So that support people to be more consistent, you know, when using those aloe vera juice. So you got to identify what you offer, not just what you sell. Is this making sense to everyone now? Because that is where people want to be with you. They want to be loyal to you when you have the ability to offer, not just to sell. So how is this, I think, with everyone? Loving the concept? 3C. Do you remember what are those 3C? Can I just get you guys to type in again? What are all those 3Cs? Put it in the comment. The 3Cs. Character, content, contributions. So what are those 4 categories in the character in order to bring that character? What are all those 4 categories or structure in the character? Remember? Yeah, still waiting. All right, so Janice was saying in terms of awareness, engage, consider, and convert. Yep, that is the structure of marketing. Yep. So the character here is where before, discovery, after, and then your mission. Your mission is very valuable because that is your voice, what you stand for. People will feel very inspired because you show them that you have a voice. that you believe in whatever mission that you have, people will feel more confident when they see that you have that mission, and that will bring the true character of you. Content, character, content, and contribute. Now, danger. Danger, bling, 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 bling. What are those danger? So this is where I would love to share you guys in terms of a bit of the gap, so that later I will share with you on how I can actually support and help you better. Okay. So here, what I can see, I was like very curious when I work together with my clients, you know, with people been asking me so many questions, you know, why is it just too hard, you know, to manage my business, to start my business, to grow my business? Why is it just too hard to get customers? You know, number one is where I can see some of them have kind of like lack of confidence. And when one of you guys was saying just now, oh my God, I have to come up with the videos. That's what Patty was saying just now. Oh, I have to come up with the videos. Oh my God, I have to be consistent. Oh my God, I have to think about all this content. I don't even know what my niche market is. And then I have to show myself in the social media. Oh my God, that's just too much. And you kind of like feeling that, nah, I'm not that confident. That's what Ben was saying. I'm not so sure whether my product, is it worth, you know, people purchasing my product, you know? So that is the confidence that I can see so many people, not just you, sometimes me as well, once in a while. Sometimes I feel that as well. However, confidence is very important, but guys, when you come up with the marketing, why? Because confidence will show your credibility. Confidence will bring trust to your market. If you're lacking that confidence, this is where I would love, you know, to challenge a bit of your mindset. What marketing actually means to you. Because many people thought marketing is something like, oh my God, I'm an introvert, I'm not extrovert. How is that marketing has to do with introvert or extrovert? How is that so? Unless you change your perspective. Change your perspective, thinking like, oh my God, I'm going to be out there and people might judge me. I might do some mistakes. Have you had that thinking and experience as well? Have you had that thinking that is actually playing around in your head? Unless you can start changing your perspective and your thought patterns, that marketing is all about you going out there and then telling people, hey, you know, I have this something amazing that I wanted to help other people out there, because I know people or my niche market is having this specific problem. For instance, my niche market wouldn't be able to sleep at night because they have small babies. They're so tired and everything. And I resonate with that. I know how hard it is to have small babies, you know, take care of them, and I still need to have energy. And I'm here, I have this technique and strategy where I believe I can help you. How is that sitting with you? Because the moment when you change your perspective that marketing is all about helping, remember when we talk about the generosity, being generous to share even a small things that you can help solve people's problem, they're gonna love you. And throughout this webinar today, any of the content that I've been sharing with you guys have actually helped you a bit in solving your problem. Yes? Yes or no? Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. And that is what you need to do for your market as well. Confident, consistent, that's what Nora was saying just now. How many of you guys having issues when it comes to consistent or feeling there's a challenge here? How many? How many of you guys? Yep. Why do you think this is a challenge? Why, guys? Why? What is the underlying factor?
For me, I'm going to say being consistent means I might be seen.
Again,
I
yeah.
love doing it. When I do it well. And then I'll go really, really quiet. Oh my God, I've done it too much. I better just pull back. And then I'll go through another span of, 2 or 3 months later, and I'll just go boom. And then I'll stop again. I've noticed that pause is getting shorter.
Yeah.
Because I know I have to be consistent with my message.
And everybody of us agree, right? How important to be consistent. Why is that so? Why is that so? Why consistent is very important, particularly in marketing?
It's a relationship you want to maintain.
The relationship, yeah, is very good. What else? Thank you so much, Onyx. Apart from relationship, how did you build that relationship through consistency?
It's a lot of time. You have to always be there, presence.
Because why? Because they will remember you better. The word here is remember. Because if you're not consistent, your competitors will be there. And when they look at their newsfeed, they will like looking at, this is Onyx again. This is Onyx. They will remember you. And the moment when they have this problem, they will start thinking like, Onyx will be top of the mind. Ooh, I should contact Onyx. Making sense? What are those underlying reasons why confident, consistent, and also to commit? You believe that commitment is very important in business, yeah? Or anything that you want to do. For you to get the result, you've got to commit. It's not talking about being interested anymore. It's about being committed. So what is the underlying reason here? What is it super challenging? To be confident in marketing, to be consistent in marketing, to commit in my marketing. What are the underlying or the underlying reason?
Our goal.
Maybe you have to be
You're not good
passionate.
enough.
Okay, one by one. Nora, first.
You don't think you're good enough, so maybe those are the reasons that you
feel you're not good enough. All right, thank you so much, Nora, for sharing. What else, Jimmy?
Our goal. We want to achieve our goal.
You want to achieve your goal, but why is this so challenging to many? I would say like 80% of the business owners having this gap and challenge, particularly the new business owners or small business owners.
Unsure ourselves. Unsure.
Sorry?
Unsure that our product well received, is it?
Yeah, we are not so sure whether our product, people will like our product or not. What is the underlying here?
I think it's because you need to be real. You need to be transparent. And maybe show some track record. If you're new, you don't have that much experience. I would say.
Yep, the experience. And all those, thank you so much, Onyx, again, for sharing that. In all those fall under the category of fear. And there's nothing wrong with it. When I wanted to start with this webinar, do you think I have fear? My gosh. I was like doing some exercise just now. I got to get my body moving. All these fears and everything. Yes, Janice?
Does it also, I get the fear element, but what about being authentically you? Does that also come into, we have to show ourselves in a way that we are authentic? So is that the other side of fear, in a way that it's, exposing ourselves, decently?
Yeah, that's why you're afraid. It's because you have to expose yourself.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah. So the word here, instead of expose, I would love, because when I started this journey, I've been thinking the same thing as what Onyx Janice was saying, like I got to expose myself. However, I learned another concept where vulnerability is important. I know there's a lot of fear of being vulnerable because it goes back into the concept of acceptance. You got to accept yourself, who you are, and be grateful. Whether there's a flaws, they have the potentials and everything. Well, this is me. I'm Yasmin. I'm Janice. I'm Jimmy, I'm Patty. Being vulnerable with yourself is the key elements that will close the gap between you and your niche market. Yeah, Patty, do you have anything to add in?
I was going to say fear, but I was a bit too late. But see, my staff keep telling me that we need to provide a lot of contents and I need to be in front of the camera. I have fear to do that. So I push my staff to do that on my behalf.
I really resonate with what you guys are sharing. Everyone, do you guys agree that one of the factors is because of fear? How many of you guys agree? Can I see a show of hands?
And I would like to add also a fear of judgment for me, because being in the immigration industry, I fear that I might say the wrong thing and I might get judged. Because I have to be careful what I can say, what advice I could offer and not could offer. So
exactly.
Yeah.
The implications, they're pretty huge responsibility wise.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Because sometimes it depends on the nature of the business also, isn't it? Like Patty's case, because she's doing on the immigrations and everything, definitely you need to have certain standards and so on. We talk about boundaries and everything, However, let me give you another analogy, and then will that be okay? I just want to ask you another permission if I can share the program that, how I actually help many of my clients out there. Will that be okay if I were to share with you only for roughly about 10 minutes? Will that be okay?
Yes.
Yep, awesome.
Love that.
Guys, because I know you guys, because as I said, customers, you guys are smart enough. You know that I'm going to sell also. But because I'm giving an example here, because I know you guys come to all this webinar, you already expected that people is going to pitch something, isn't it? So that's the reason why I wanted to give the example here today, so that you can see yourself, so this is not just about selling anymore. Because if I were to give you the analogy, like, let's say I want you to imagine you and me, we are walking at one of these lakes, okay? We are walking together and then we look at the lake, from the height, about 1 meter height. I don't know, 1 meter, how high it is. And I was like telling you, hey, look, let's be adventurous. Let's jump. And you were like, no way. I have no idea how deep the lake is whatsoever. Okay, fine. I'll jump first. I will jump first. And then if things goes okay, will you jump? How many of you guys will jump? Yeah, because Yasmin jumped and she looks okay. And then I was like, I jump. And then I look at you on top and I say like, hey, everything is fine. It's all good. I'll be here. I'll be floating and I will wait for you until you jump. Will you jump? Why?
Because it's safe to do so.
Yeah, you feel safe.
Because you already secure me.
Yeah.
That it is safe, and you already done it before I did. So.
Yeah. So this is where the journey where I wanted to share with you guys with the program. So will that be okay? About the program. So this is my baby program where I feel so proud. Finally, it's out there. So I call the program as Marketing Pro Practitioner. This is basically for small business owners, or you have a business between 1 to 4 number of staff. So meaning that is for small business owners. Why I'm coming out with this Marketing Pro Practitioner for small business owners? Because I know many of us, when it comes to capital, budget, it can be quite, I would say, challenging. Yeah. So this marketing will help business owners like you, to understand better from based on my own experience and what I've learned, what I have actually implemented myself, not forking up a lot of money. Yes, I do make mistakes in the past, but now I understand how marketing works in the new digital era now. So with this 12 months membership program is where this is what I'm going to offer. Because remember when we talk about niche market, how many of you guys still having problem identifying your niche market? How many? Yep, still having problem with the niche market. So this is the reason why later I'll explain to you how I'm going to help you guys more. You know, where we are going to dive in together, and I'll be like holding hands together with you where I'm going to offer the group mentoring session, meaning that we do this way via Zoom. I'll be here, I'll be holding your hands. Let's do this together. So you will be in my inner circle where you can ask questions. And the good thing is that I have my online portals all ready. However, the videos or tutorials will be released once a week so that you will not get overwhelmed. Have you had any experience where you purchase a program, was like, boom, it's down to you, and then you just read all? And I have a strong feeling, majority of you guys, when you purchase an online program, how many of you guys actually use some of the resources or actually listen to some of those videos? You don't, right? Because the most important thing for me, yeah, that is the bonus, but you need someone to hold hands with you. You need someone to say, hey, what you're doing is right. Is that correct? How many of you guys agree? You need that support. It's not just the online program, you know, people just like, oh, we have all this recording, you know, we have recorded the session, boom, it's yours now. So how many of you guys been committed enough, you know, to go back and listen to all those recordings? How many of you guys do that? No. But to have this conversation, can you see how much helpful it is to support you in your business, because you know someone is holding your hands? Yeah. So what is going to happen is that apart from the online portals, yes, you will receive some videos, some tutorials where I'm going to teach you. I will also love, you know, this is my offer now. I am going to come up with a 1.5 day virtual live training where I call it as a boot camp. In this, I will offer twice per year. If you become a member today, meaning that you can attend the boot camp 1.5 days. So what is going to happen in that boot camp is where I am going to help you. Yes, this one. And I know many people are struggling when it comes to content, especially finding your niche, trying to find what are their problems and also the gap so that you know what to share in your social media. And in fact, we are going to do together, you know, for instance, like the video, you feel like, oh my God, I do not want to do all this video, you know, I feel a bit shameful, I'm afraid people will judge. If we were to do it together, I'm going to hold hands together with you and we're going to have fun together, you know, coming up with this real, now crazy guys. You got to start with real, 15 seconds, coming up with the content, video, 15 to 30 seconds, boom. And you can start getting more reach. And I would love to do this together with you. However, with one condition, with that training, I'm going to help you making sure that you know your niche market well enough. Before we will start to dive in, thinking about what specific content is relevant for your niche market. How does that resonate with everyone? 1.5 days program. All good? Now, so if I were to give this for free, how many of you guys want to join me? Oh, really? However, if I put some fee here, how many of you guys believe the content or the values that I'm giving will be able to help with your business? How many of you guys? Yep. So now, your question, I know what is in your thinking now. How much? How much do you think I should offer this? With what I've been sharing just now, with the values and everything, how much do you think that with all the support here? Because that is only the sneak peek. There's a detail on how to do it, where I am going to put all my effort together, working together with you guys. How much? Per year. How much do you guys think? I just want to know what is the value.
I'm going to say, if I look at what my own programs are, you know, it's easy $3,000 to $5,000, somewhere around there, based on the value of what you share, what you know, your knowledge and everything from that perspective.
Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Onyx. Also, yeah, thank you, Janice. Yeah. So per year, sorry. So 1 whole year membership program, 1999. Okay. This is what I am going to offer. However, I'm going to give you guys bonus where you're going to get the pre-learning. And one of the video of the pre-learning, it teaches you step by step about niche market, how to find your niche, and also together with a very specific workbook. You follow that workbook, it helps you a bit more in terms of finding specifically who your niche market is. So there's 4 videos on the pre-learning plus one-on-one.
Is that your niche market?
Your niche market. Yeah, that's the one. No, I have another workbook. I have another workbook in terms of coming up with the niche. Okay. So one-on-one, free, not free, brand assessment. So meaning I will sit down together with you because majority of you guys are in the early stage. Is good. Because that is where we can find together as what I think, like when I sit down together with Janice, I already can, I saw when I told Janice, I said, look, Janice, you already have all those resources. Don't waste time finding other resources. Use whatever you have, starting from there. And find a gap on how to improve. Okay. So one-on-one brand assessment where we are going to sit down together. We're going to look at the gap and I will be able to help you further. What specific area that you need to focus on. So as I mentioned, whatever resources that you have, do not spend time finding other new resources. Just use whatever resources that you have. So I've got the link now. So Rema already put the link. So the good news is that it's not 1999. Normally the price is, I'm putting in now is 1,299. However, another bonus is where, because this 1,999, including a deposit of $300. Now, because I really want to help you guys, I know the things that you've been thinking and really where you feel that, my gosh, why my business is not picking up? I need to do something about it. And I know from the perspective as a small business owner, and now I have Raymond, who is my virtual assistant. So throughout my 3 years journey, I'm glad that I have that capacity to the extent that I can hire a full-time virtual assistant now, starting from zero. And I did not spend so much money into marketing, even though there are some companies out there, they will say, oh, use our blueprints and everything. Yeah, but there are companies like making 17 millions or 20 millions. We are just small company. You know, I mean, like we are just small business. How can we use a blueprint of the company or making millions? It just doesn't resonate, you know? So might as well start small and then we build that momentum. And I will be there making sure that you build that momentum so that you feel confident with yourself, you become more consistent and you commit, because that will show the result. So overall is where you only pay $999, or I think roughly it's about $99, or you just divide it by 12. So I think roughly about $90 per month. How cheap is that? Where I'm going to meet together with you guys once a month, 1.5 hour session, just like this. And we are going to dive in together. Particularly, I want to help small business company like you guys, you know, to at least identify who your niche market is. Because the moment when you know who your niche market is, and you bring that system, marketing system, as I said, marketing is not one size fit all. You got to keep on progressing it until you get that momentum right. Because the moment when the momentum is right, it's just like the engine of the car. You know, to start, probably it might take a while, but the moment once this engine is started to run, to tell you guys the truth, it will help you to start at least seeing people engaging with you. At least they will PM you. Hey, Ben, I'm interested with what you're doing. I was shocked when I started my journey, as Ben was sharing, same thing. I feel the same thing. I was like, oh my God, sharing myself, put myself in a social media. Who's going to ask me all this question? And I was shocked. It happened only for 2 months. The moment I become confident with myself, consistent and committed, the first 2 months, I already getting invitation to speak in front of 100 female entrepreneurs. And starting from there, I started to build my brand, and people started to recognize and remember me more. How is that making sense? Yeah. So the link is there. So you can click the link where it's only, I think, about $99 per month. That's it, where we can work together, where I will be able to support you. So last thing is, this is the thing where I would like to share with you. So this is the pathway. So you have 2 choices here. All right. So if you feel like, nah, I already have so many programs out there, nah, not going to do it anymore. Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. You can use some other system. That's fine. It's just that this is based on my experience. It's just too hard sometimes to get my own mentor to support me. If I were to purchase a program from big company, big company, they will overpromise you with a lot of things. But for you to get that support one-on-one is just too hard. So what happened is I have to learn a lot more by myself. And that really frustrates me. And now here I am today because I have learned in the past my own mistake. I was like, nah, I'm not going to overpromise people on the things that I can't do. So basically here, the pathway is where you have 2 choices here. Well, now I'll just take whatever Yasmin has taught me. I'll just do it. How many of you guys have that experience where you just listen to someone, I think I can just do it, and then you start doing it, there's no result. Or you can go to the next pathway where, right, because of this program, I believe it can help me. I've got that support because my inner circle is still very small. So which means that the good news is that I can personalize with you guys based on my experience, based on the support that I have. Meaning, again, the last one is about your perspective again. If you think this is part of an expenses, how is that resonate with your business? This is another expenses. This is another bill that I have to pay. Instead, if you change your perspective that this is my investment, because I really need to work with someone. I had the experience where I feel very frustrated, where I have to work with big groups, like hundreds of people, 200 people. How can I get help? I need that personalized help. I couldn't get it. Oh, you can get that personalized help, but you have to pay 35,000, 45,000. Gosh, because I understand as a small business owner, how can we afford, to spend like 30,000, 40,000? And then we become very, very stressful with ourselves just to have some other extra money. And then you have to work extra, to pay for that 35,000, 40,000 for your mentor, those kind of thing. You know what I mean? So here I am. This program is very special for small business owners because I know many small business owners are very much attracted, wanting to learn on something which I think is very valuable for only small business owners. This is not for large, bigger company. Nah, this is for small business owners who want to start at least getting customers to come to you and say like, hey, Hasina, I'm interested with what you're doing. The moment when you get that, as what I started last time, I was, oh my God, it really works. Didn't realize that, But now because I have the systems and everything in place, so that's the reason why I have my virtual assistant. He now is helping me because I already have that system in place, and Raymond take care of all my system now, so that I will be able to focus more on the high value tasks. The low value task is all given to my virtual assistant now. So now can you see how I can start leveraging? Because I started all from the 80% of marketing. How is that resonating with you guys? Only 20% selling. So the last word here, stop selling, start serving. And how would you like to do that? Well, you got to join my membership program. All right, so if you have any question, you still wanted to ask some question, Yasmin, I still need to know about this, about that, no problem at all. So I have my link where you can make an appointment with me. Even though it's 30 minutes, I'm happy to give you 1 hour to sit down together with me. We chat about your business so that I can see where your gap is, and then see from there how we can actually explore together. So Raymond has put in the link and you can make an appointment with me. Okay. So do you guys have any question? Oh my God, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much, guys, for being here for 2 hours. Oh my God, you are amazing. This is what we call, like the exchange. You exchange your time for the values that I'm giving you. So do the same to all your prospects. They are going to love, they are going to rave about you. So can I just get everyone to put in or share with me the key takeaway that you have learned from this session today, or you can just unmute yourself. Can I just get someone to share? You can just unmute yourself. What have you learned throughout this session? Oh, Muhammad Azimi. Oh, I haven't seen you. Azimi, you want to say something? Yeah, unmute yourself. Can you just unmute yourself? No, do you want to say something?
Yes, I'm very excited to listen to your 2 hours.
Oh, really? You were there? I didn't see you. Oh my gosh.
Always behind the scene, brilliant sharing, and love you mentioned people helping people.
Awesome. Oh, no worries at all. Thank you so much, Azimi, for being here. Anyone else who wants to share a key takeaway or give any feedback or anything? Anyone else?
Yeah, the secret of the algorithm was something that was very nebulous for me. So I would be keen to learn how to, actually an amazing business idea would be how to be on top of all the big tech, the next platforms they're putting out, how to use those. That would be amazing to help leverage the algorithm for our benefit.
Yeah, thank you so much, Onyx, for sharing that. So can you see in business, it's all about games. They are putting the games out there. They wanted us to play that game. All these social media platforms, they are not designing the platform anymore. They are designing a creator. You are the creator. So that's the reason why I believe in personal branding, because this is the best time, guys. This is the best time. This is what Kevin Ray has mentioned. They predicted, because Kevin Ray is one of the masters on social media. He predicted in Facebook 2 years from now, if you do not be active in Facebook, you will disappear. No matter whatever post that you put in, you will not get that reach. You will not be on that algorithm. It will not be able to pick you up. So what I'm trying to say here is that you guys have to start now. So going back into being confident with yourself, you got to be consistent, you got to commit. Because where else can you use the free platform to market yourself? Because as I mentioned just now, the challenges here, we as a small business owner, is the capital, the money. We do not want to just simply invest and not getting the return on investment, isn't it? So this is the best platform, because to market yourself in television or radio or billboard, it's just too expensive, or even printing out the flyers and so on is just too expensive. So this is the thing that I would love to share with everyone. Anyone else that wanted to share before I let you go? Yeah, Janice, go ahead.
One of the things that really resonated with me as you were speaking, and I kind of got it because of what my own journey is around. I have to write my own marketing plan. And you made the comment of the words, market is my heart, marketing is my voice, and marketing is my passion. Oh. And if I bring those three together, yes, there was a part of me that went, holy shit.
Yeah, yeah.
That, in other words, I just need to tell my story, but through marketing is my heart, marketing is my voice, and marketing is my passion. I think I got it. I think I got it.
Awesome, Janice. I love that sharing. I love that. Anyone else?
I'll share.
Yeah, go ahead, Nora.
I like the 3 C's. Can you hear me? Confidence,
Yes.
consistency, commitment, and those are just the, we were talking about it and we're saying these are the reasons that we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing, but those are just the problems on the surface. So the underlying is our fear and our own, limiting beliefs that we have to work on. Like you were saying, I think from being move from being a perfection to being progressive. So that will stick. And I also want to say that, I think I like the package that you're offering to everyone. The fact that your target is now, especially the time now where, it's for some of us, you can't invest too much in any program. So I like what you've done with your the package that you're offering, because I'm looking at it from my business and I see that on this side, in this side of the world, maybe coaching is not something that people want to want to invest in so much. Maybe that's just my limiting belief, but I think if something that I can come up with like this for the people or for my niche market, there's probably something that could work out for myself as well. So I was looking at it from that perspective.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Good that you learned something from today's session, Nora. Thank you. Anyone else? Come on, give me some vibe. Give me some vibe. Give me some love. Give me something in return.
I do want to add, sorry for speaking again, but that there's the beauty of the small business owners that I don't get with a huge company. That relationship and that connection and that feeling supported, feeling heard, feeling nurtured, feeling like I'm special to a specific business that I want to support, and they support me back because they're giving a solution to my problem. I think it's absolutely beautiful. So thank you for doing that for the small business owners.
Thank you so much, Onyx. Because sometimes we feel that we just small business owners, what is our contribution? And I was shocked when I look at the statistics figure that 97% of the small business owners, we contributed 40 to 45% of GDP in Australia. How amazing is that? So there's so much that we can give here. Anyone else? Before I can also wait if you guys have any questions. So if not, I'll let you go. Thank you so much again. Thank you for all your time to be here. And I hope this will be a valuable things for you that you can start using it and implement it in your business or even for yourself. Yeah, so I'll be waiting here for another about 10 minutes if you guys have any question. So thank you so much, guys. Mwah, to everyone, to Ben, to Nora, to Jimmy, Shakir, Onya, Janice, and Muhammad.
Can I just say something for you?
Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to say that everyone, if you want to, she didn't ask me to do this, but I'm just going to do it because I've known you asking for a while. So, if you really want to consider her program, I think you should. I was in her previous program. There was 4 of us, but she really personalized and she makes sure that she's there to ask questions, and we're very close knit. Patty was there and 2 other ladies. So, jump in and join.
Thank you so much, Nora.
Yes, that's really the connection and the engagement, and I think best is she brings herself there. So very personalized, small and personalized. Yeah.
Oh, so much, Nora, for that. Yeah, I really value it. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. So I'll see you guys anytime, anywhere. If you guys have any question, Shakir, you want to say something?